my fellow Australians, Senator Ralph Babet here from the United Australia Party. I want to have a quick chat to you about what happened yesterday because it blindsided even me. And I've been in this place now for going on about 3 years and I've never seen this happen before. So let's get into it. Yesterday, Pauline Hanson of One Nation put a motion up to the Senate. What did it say? I'm going to read it to you now. It said, pursuant to Order 75, I move that in the opinion of the Senate, the following is a matter of urgency. The need for the Senate to take immediate action to make it an offence to willfully burn or desecrate the Australian national flag. Now, what is a matter of urgency? A matter of urgency is when a senator gets to ask the Senate to debate a motion, this motion in regards to the desecration and the burning of the national flag, and the Senate talks about it for 30 minutes. At the end of that 30 minutes, where both sides of the chamber get to have a go if they want to talk, so both Labor, Liberal, One Nation, myself, other independents get to talk if they want to and if there's time. At the end, we vote on it. Is it important or is it not important? Now, senators have a very limited amount of time, crossbench senators like myself, have a limited amount of time to talk about issues which we care about, perhaps only once or twice a year. It's not like being in a major party where you basically control the show. We have limited opportunities. And Senator Hanson decided that this is what she was going to use her opportunity for. So what happened? By the way, I supported this urgency motion and I had a speech prepared in support of Senator Hanson. The Labor Party and the Greens Party came together and said, no, Senator Hanson, we'll have none of that. We don't want you to debate this matter of urgency.
We are not able to support the motion as drafted by Senator Hanson.
And commend Senator Hanson, firstly, for bringing her MPI to the Senate and condemn the government for usurping the senator's opportunity to debate her motion in the most undemocratic fashion, an issue that is close to not only Senator Hanson's heart but to my own heart. The government have—
Thanks, President. I cannot believe what I have just witnessed. I thought this place was a place of debate where different ideas could come together in a great melting pot, but what did we see today? What did we see? We saw Labor and the Greens come together to steal from Senator Hanson an opportunity to have her views, to have my views heard. It is incredible. I am so disappointed in what has happened that me, of all people, almost have no words to describe it. There is no democracy in this country, not with what we've seen today. When you take away my right to make a contribution to a debate and you completely change what it was about, what does that tell the Australian people? It tells them that your vote, does not count for diddly squat because people voted to put me in this place. People voted to put Senator Hanson in this place. People voted to put all of us on this side of the chamber here in this place. And now we don't have an opportunity to speak because of the collusion that we've seen between Labor and the Greens to take away Senator Hanson's voice. Look, in my opinion, it should be an offence to willingly burn the Australian flag. It is our national flag. It represents all of us. It represents all of us. And the fact that some people in here would rather come into this place, in this chamber, wearing the national flag of another country is something that is shameful. Instead, what we'll do is we're going to steal it from you. So in my opinion, to steal it from you, to steal it from anyone else who wanted to speak, and we're going to change it. And this is what they changed it to. So they voted in the Senate to change it. They changed it to this. The need for the Senate to recognise that Australia is a nation that welcomes different races, religions and views, and today is home to the oldest continuous culture on the planet, and to people from more than 300 ancestries. The Australian national flag and the other national flags, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags, represent our shared values and our rich history, and any actions to desecrate these flags should be condemned. So as you can see, that is different to the original motion. Now, they've made some errors in this, and I'll just point them out quickly. We only have one national flag. The others are not national flags. Now, no one is saying to burn those flags either, right? No one's saying that. No one's advocating for that. But this particular motion was about the Australian national flag, the one and only national flag, and it was a very simple motion. And to disallow senators to speak about this motion, I think, is an egregious abuse of the Senate. Now, agree or not agree about the desecration of our national flag, what you must understand is that we as senators were elected by the people of our respective states to the Senate in order to bring their views to Parliament. And the fact that Labor and the Greens colluded to steal our opportunity to speak on behalf of the people that put us there in that place is incredible. It is not democracy. What they've done is they've stolen democracy. They've disallowed us from speaking about what we wanted to speak about. Now, as far as I know, this has never happened before in the history of the Senate. In the history of the Senate, as far as I know. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to correct myself. But this is what we have under Labor and the Greens. Now, apart from that, what happened earlier on during the day? So earlier on during the day, being National Flag Day yesterday, which was Wednesday the 3rd of September, we had some contributions in the chamber about National Flag Day. And Senator Nampa Jimpa Price came into the chamber draped in an Australian flag. I myself always wear an Australian flag lapel pin. She proceeded to start speaking about National Flag Day and how important the flag was to her, how important the flag is to every single person in Australia. And the Greens stood up and the Greens said, oh, if you're going to wear an Australian flag into this chamber, into the Australian Senate, on top of the building, there's an Australian flag. In the Senate chamber, there is an Australian flag as well. They said, if you wear this in here, then you know what? We're going to wear the Palestinian flag in here as well, if you're allowed to wear the Australian flag. So basically take it off, or else we're going to wear the Palestinian flag.
Like most Australians, I was appalled by the footage of pro-Palestinian protesters burning our national flag in Melbourne on Sunday the 3rd of August. That event coincided with a disruptive, disgraceful and divisive rally across the Sydney Harbour Bridge, a rally where some protesters chanted genocidal slogans, displayed Hamas symbols and Nazi swastikas, waved flags of terrorist organisations and carried a photograph.
Senator Nampa Price, could you please resume your seat? Senator McKim, on a point of order.
I do want to make the point that if it's okay for Senator Nampa Jimpa Price to wrap herself in this flag, I would intend to wrap myself in a Palestinian flag and come into the chamber and exercise the same rights that Senator Nampa Jimpa Price is currently exercising.
Absolutely nuts. We're not in Palestine, we're in Australia. We're in the Australian Senate. It is not the same thing, I would say, to the Greens. So this is what we're dealing with here in Parliament House. We're dealing with a toxic, woke left environment, and we're surrounded by people who, in my opinion, do not love and do not respect our country, in my opinion. Now, the whole reason why they changed Pauline Hanson's motion yesterday was, in my opinion again, is because they didn't want to have to potentially vote at the end of the 30-minute debate whether we should potentially talk about making it an offence to burn the Australian flag. They didn't want to vote on that. I mean, I would have thought that was a very, very easy vote to have. Hey everyone, do we think that people should be allowed to burn the Australian flag at will? Most people would say no, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. So it wasn't even a difficult question. but they didn't want to vote for it because they didn't want to be seen in the Senate, on TV, on social media, as being supporters of burning a flag. Now, that's just my opinion anyway. Having said that, look, everyone, thanks for your support so far. If you're not already doing so, follow me on all of my other social media channels, and I'll talk to you soon.